Are you intending to come to Finland for studies at any time, at any point in your life? Then this video is for you. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about that particular reason why you are being denied your residence permit for studies when you apply to Finnish Immigration Service. Congratulations to those of you who got admitted to study here in Finland in 2022. And also for those that are yet to get, because I know more people are still going to get admission places. Still, there is still time. So let's get to today's video. After personal experiences from both friends and families, and of course appeal cases that we have had to go through, we find out that there are one particular reason why most of the denials that students get are based on one particular problem. When you apply for a residence permit, Finnish immigration requires 5 things from you. First and foremost, you have to have an admission. That means you have to have gotten an admission from any school here in Finland. Secondly, you have to have your tuition fee paid. So you have a document saying you have paid for your tuition fee. Then the third thing is identifying yourself. You have to have a valid passport, and in that way it's a means of identification. The fourth thing that they require from you is an insurance. A health insurance certificate showing that you have up to 1 year of insurance covering a 1-year duration. Then the fifth requirement is that you have to have a very stable means of financial support. Means of support, that's like everything Finnish immigration wants to know. Like, you cannot, joke around that part. Come to think of it, every other of these requirements, it's very much easy to meet. You have a study place, you got admitted, yay, and you already have your tuition fee paid, awesome, and you already have your passport with you, and of course they have the insurance list where you can choose any insurance company that the Finnish Immigration Service is accepting. Oh yeah, you have bought that. That's done. So basically, everything is done, but one thing isn't, or at least isn't yet done well. Means of proving your financial stability. It's the most important part of your application. And we are going to go in details. Reasons why these things fail you, this particular point fails you, and what you can do to prevent this particular point, this means of financial support, from failing you again. This tip I'm going to share with you here includes those that are supporting themselves as well as those that have a sponsor. It could be a relation, it could be a friend of the family, or whoever it is. But these whole things I'm going to mention here applies. First of all, the business of your sponsor has to be registered. It has to be formally registered depending on the state where you are, depend on the local government or wherever you are. It has to be officially registered, and you have to have a certificate saying that this business is registered. Secondly, the business has to be legit. It's not just enough that your sponsor has millions of money in his account. He's very much buoyant financially. It's not all they need. Finnish immigration needs to know that this money comes from legitimate sources, from an actual business. It's not just something that just grows out of somewhere, or somebody that's doing something illegal is generating resources, even without you knowing. Another point you should take into consideration is the ownership of the business. Most of us always think that the person present as the head of a business is actually the owner of the business. Most families have like the first son running the family business, but on paper it actually means more people are actual owners of that business. For instance, in a family where there is 3 boys and their father left a family business for them, you might find it very simple that the first son is in charge of the business. He's like kind of caring for the business and seeing to the business, and you assume automatically that the owner of the business is the first son. Of course, the dad is no longer there, but then on paper the dad has other of his sons listed as the co-owners of the business, including the first son. So in situations like this, we've actually had a case like this. Then in situations like this, you have to make sure that the rest of the owners of the business agrees together and writes a letter saying that they are in support and they are going to sponsor you for your studies in Finland. Otherwise, when Finnish immigration calculates and finds out that there are co-owners of the business and they don't have an agreement, they are going to calculate your financial ability, your financial capacity, based on the percentage that that particular sponsor you have, the first son, has on the business. Could be 25% of the business. And after the whole calculation, you find out that it's not enough and you get a denial. Another point you should take care of is taxation. How up to date is your sponsor's taxes? Is he paying his taxes? Is his taxes up to date? This is very important. And people will always like flinch it very simply. I pay taxes. It could mean the person just probably had paid like twice in a whole year. Not enough. So these are the details. They always say that the devil is in the details. When you have someone who is willing to sponsor you, it's also very important that you get through these informations through, that you screenshot these informations, you ask these sensitive questions. It might seem to that person that you're prying, but the truth is, at the middle of the application, when it will get stuck, it's just going to be your future that is stuck and your progress, all that you've worked for. So I think it's better that you seem like you're prying into personal business than to be stuck in the middle of the road. And if people are going to be honest with you, they could say, oh, okay, yeah, my business is owned by me and my brothers, or that I have co-owners of the business and they can't get into this. So sorry, I'm not going to help you with that. So the more you're open to these questions, the more you are aware of these things that you should ask and get straight, the better choices you will make when deciding who is going to sponsor you, or when people offers to sponsor you, what you need to know before you take them up as your sponsor. Finnish immigration has even made it even much more easier for people to just prove for the whole duration of their studies, 3.5 years, 4 years, depending on the duration of your studies, to just prove your financial support for 1 year alone. If you haven't seen my video on the new rules by Finnish Immigration Service, then you're missing out. I suggest you go check it out immediately after this video. So yes, I am telling you guys that it's everything you need to get straight. Get these things straight and you're good to go. If you tackle your means of support, if you get your facts straight about that person who is going to sponsor you, then I think you are definitely going to get a positive decision. If you have any other ideas on how to get it right when it comes to residence permit here in Finland for studies, please put it down on the comment section. And if you have had any problem with this particular point I mentioned here, I'd like to hear about it. Let's talk about it. Let's share the information for others and hopefully they get it right. See you guys in my next video. Bye.